Hey guys, welcome back to the YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately show the value of our figures and free them for their plastic and cardboard prisons. I got you something nice today. It is the John Walker and Sentury 2-pack. Now I'm going to make this a little bit different because I really don't want to record two figures at the same time, so I'm going to split this up into two videos. You should see which one you clicked on because you clicked on it. But it'll have two parts, and I'll have a timestamp so you can skip if you've seen the other video. But for the most part, this is a good looking box. I really didn't care too much for this movie, but it wasn't a bad movie. I do like how they did this, where they took the like little whatever thing, just made it look all like secret-y. You know what Secret Invasion should have looked like. But I like the square boxes. They're simplified, so maybe inbox collectors might not like this box, but here at the YKB, I don't care about boxes. So, let's get them open. This is really a good looking box, isn't it? There's them in their plastic. Alright, so we got John Walker standing here. And the wind is too strong. So let's get a little closer. Wind is too strong, so I need a stand. And there you go. You can see John Walker for the entire duration. His entire suit. And I gotta say, I do love the improved darkness of the colors. I know it's from the comic books, but just his entire outfit from the Falcon and Winter Soldier looked absolutely amazing. It really did. You know, I liked his characterization. They made him, they made him dumb without being stupid, if you know what I mean. Naive, that's the word. Because they didn't make John Walker dumb. They made him competent, but, still not at the same time. And they kind of improved that on the Thunderbolts movie, too. But what I gotta say is I really do like the way they did this figure. For the most part, I normally do not pick up MCU figures, but these, as of late, have been just absolutely magnificent looking. Really, I just gotta say, these figures just look absolutely amazing. So I had to pick them up. And they're not really gonna fit in with my G.I. Joe, or they're not gonna fit in with my Marvel, but they definitely can fit in with G.I. Joe. So, let's go look at his accessories. First up, we have John Walker's shield. I love that they went with the shield. The clip, on the other hand, you never know, because I kind of like the clip and then you don't. It tends to break a lot, and then you're super glowing and then you hope it works. The strap sometimes works, but like you can't have it on the back and stuff. It really is like, it's pick your poison type of thing. But this works. And his two fists. They're there, they're red, they work. He has trigger fingers on him, which works, and I'll show you in a little bit. So we got John Walker standing here, and let me show you what I have an issue with. This thing right here. Why do you have a holster? Like, I do not like when characters have a holster with a fake weapon in it. I'd rather you not give me a holster or a weapon. Especially with like a trigger hand. I'm like, you're just expecting us to have stuff out there, And yes, I do have weapons. I do have some weapons over here which I can stick in his hand, but that's not the point. Don't give me this without a weapon. Or don't put this on here with a fake weapon in it. It's just, I don't know, it's disappointing. Because if you got my Captain America, which this is not, this is US Agent. I'd rather it just come with fist and some action hands than you give me some trigger hands. Did I put wrong hand on here? Yes, I did. That's the correct hand. I'd rather you just give me some fist hands, some fisticuffs, show how they look. They look pretty good. And some like Captain America-y poses. Hands. So there's him with the shield on the back, which works. You always got to be careful with this clip because, you know, it breaks. And it does not seem like he has the best hand either for this clip. You can see on there, trying to show you, this wrist, you can see there's a little bit of pinch already. Right there. It's too wide for the clip. This clip feels like it would fit on a female figure's hands. I have Ilyana right here. Perfect, no issues. So, you know, that's a little bit disappointing. Guess it's got to be on the back. But I do like how they did the details. You can see the scratches. It almost looks like a hand mark or a claw mark, bullet marks, you know, it looks good. And his accessories are okay. I wish he came with more. He should have came with his own weapon and an actual holster. Or you should have just left it off the figure. But his accessories are fine. Alright, before I get any further, I just wanted to show off all these guys. I'll have them lined up. And I have no doubt that they're going to be releasing, what is it, Bucky and, shoot, cannot remember her name. Ghost? The phasing lady. Not sure if I would pick up a Taskmaster, just because, you know, that ended fast. But, you know, I didn't like how they changed it from, like, I feel like while watching the Black Widow movie, Taskmaster was clearly like a dude. You saw it look like a dude and everything, and like last minute, they were just like, oh, it was really her the entire time. But I'm just like, I'm watching this guy fight, and I'm like, it clearly looks like a guy fighting. So it kind of annoyed me. I feel like it would have been much better if it was clear that Taskmaster was a female from the beginning. And I know they probably changed it last minute or whatever to make it more impactful, but you needed to do something. Because while rewatching the movie, like, you know when you rewatch The Sixth Sense after knowing that Bruce Willis is dead at the end? It shows that Bruce Willis is dead at the end. Like, you can watch it back and be like, oh man, he's really dead. But when you watch Black Widow at the end, or you rewatch Black Widow again, you go, no, she's still fighting a guy. So it's one of those things where, you know, I feel like if they just went in a couple of times and say, genetically modified, or the suit is bulked up or something, just to magic away why this character looks more masculine, it would be one thing. But when you look at the Thunderbolt movie and the Black Widow movie, Taskmaster looks completely different. If you didn't even say the name, would you even assume it was the same character? But that's enough Taskmaster talk, because this character is not included in these figures. So let's get back to the review. But here's the heights. I feel like Red Guardian's a little bit short. You know, I still haven't looked up his height, but I did not remember him and Walker looking eye to eye. Then again, I can't remember. Really should rewatch this movie. When does it come out on Disney Plus? It probably has like one more month, and it'll be probably on Disney Plus. I know they do like a 60-day release, but that's besides the point. The figures altogether look amazing. I don't care too much about him. The face sculpt is amazing, though. Face and likeness on both these characters are amazing. Even his unmasked head. Now I'm wondering why didn't we get a Walker head. But they look good. Let's get back to the review. Okay, so we got Walker here. This terrible, terrible, unmovable gun thing. Why couldn't this at least be a peg in or something, so you can remove it or whatever? It's just terrible. Let me see if I can't do this while I have Red Guardian over here. Stick this. We're gonna take his pistol. because I will be giving him a rifle or something, but just from lack of not having weapons on me. And they gave him that terrible hand too. But there you go. It looks pretty good. I gotta say, Hasbro has done an amazing job with these movie figures. These are some of the best ones I've seen. Even the, what do you call it? The Fantastic Four ones that I got. I just picked up the characters that would work in the comic book collection. I did not pick up the movie figures because their likenesses were terrible. I didn't feel like that looked like Pedro, and I didn't feel like that looked like Vanessa Kirby. So there was no reason for me to pick it up and put it on shelf because I believed it looked terrible. This John Walker looks amazing. Like, just looking at it, and y'all should probably see it in hand because the camera's not doing it justice. But the face likeness, if you didn't see as many segmented points, you could probably say this was I would say the likeness. Don't kill me on this. The likeness is pretty close to y'all don't kill me. I would say Hot Toys. Just the way they did the likeness on the heads. I know not the rest of the body, but the likeness itself looks that good. Y'all need to pick it up in hand. That's besides the point. Let's go into some articulation, see how he moves. Now, the arms move up like this, and the one thing I do gotta say, I like how this goes under the Captain America, which I will bring out in a little bit. It went over, and it always notched on this thing, so it just destroyed it. I like how this goes under. It just looks so much better. Bicep swivel. Oh, yeah. T-pose. Bicep swivel. Double jointed. Wrist moves like normal. Head moves pretty well. You know, Hasbro tends to do a terrible ball joint, and this one's a little bit better. It's not the best, but it works. It moves a lot more than it used to. Crunches forward that much, goes back that much. So, you know, it's not the best, but it works. Waist twist. I'm loving that they're going back to waist twist. Because I would prefer a ball, but if there's not a ball, at least give us the ability to turn. You know, it's so kind of dumb whenever they go with that whole, you know, it's just one solid piece. It's like, no, people should be able to move at their hips. He can kick up that high. Not the most flexible dude. Double jointed. That's a little bit hard. But I got it. Double jointed. Will boot swivel. Cannot kick his butt. Not even close. And he doesn't have a butt. So that's the thing. And standard ankle rocker for the foot. So, you know, no split. So, no drop down hips either. So, articulation's pretty good. Pretty standard. But will work for this character. Not expecting him to be an acrobat. Alright, so we got John Walker standing here. Let's go see how tall he is real quick. He is about 6.5. And from side to side, he's going to take up about 2.25. So nothing crazy. Shield goes to about the same. About 2.25 as well. So, you know, nothing crazy. Not going to take up a whole bunch of room on the shelf. But since we got John Walker standing here, why not bring in the other Captain Americas? Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson. He's a little bit too far, but his wings are massive, so I'll try not to get them knocking him over. And for the most part, I really do like the height on him. The newer MCU figures have been really, I would say, top-notch. This is if you missed it wave, kind of like those, hey guys, if you weren't collecting Marvel Legends went before Infinity War and Endgame. That's what that is. This is obviously the Brave New World Captain America. But you just gotta see. I'm enjoying the heights. They're pretty even. You can see the previous one, he's shorter. He's about, you know, a head shorter than the other two. And I'm just happy that Hasbro is kind of upping their MCU figures, at least the size-wise, because they were way too short. They couldn't work with the comic book characters. They were just way too short. And just for an example over here, I have a comic book version of John Walker. And just put it over here. You can see how much taller he is to Steve Rogers' Captain America. Where much better. Still is shorter, but it's not nearly as bad. Which I'm absolutely loving, because that means you can now start sticking these characters in with these. They might not fit perfectly, but they fit well enough. I'll bring him back in a little bit. You can see him with Sam. And these characters look like they fit in the same universe. They both have that weird military look that I enjoy. Don't know why I enjoy it, but I do. And they both fit well in my G.I. Joe Classified Series shelf with my Steve Rogers. So, he works. I really do like the black on this. The previous version they released, I was not a fan of, but I really do love this. I feel like they just improved and made it better. And here's the comic book version. And just looking at it, I really do think, I guess this has to be the movie department, did a pretty good job on making this look very comic book accurate while still taking the liberties. Because obviously, you know, he doesn't have the full red gloves, but shorter red gloves, no red boots. So, but this very much looks pretty good. And surprisingly, I like this actor a lot better while watching him. He really made me enjoy this character. I wasn't a big fan of John Walker in the comic books, but I enjoy his interpretation of him. So, real fast, just because I pulled out some of these G.I. Joe classified weapons, just want to see how John Walker looks with them in hand. I probably should switch out this other hand for his trigger hand too. That might make the most sense. These weapons fit pretty well in his hand, pretty perfectly. Don't look too big, don't look too small. Just perfect, just right. I do like how one hand is the closed trigger and the other one's open. So depending on which hand you have, you can really show him relaxed or not relaxed on the trigger. This might be it for him. Nice submachine gun would be pretty good for him. But yeah, he looks amazing with these G.I. Joe weapons. But enough said. Let's go let's compare him to other figures from other lines. See how he does. See. First up, Star Wars Black Series, followed by G.I. Joe Classified Series. And I do gotta say, I'm loving that height. I'm loving that look. They very much can work with each other. No problem. John Walker will be fighting Cobra. There's Marvel Legends. Speaking about Hydra. SH Figure Arts. McFarlane Spawn. NECA Turtle. And Loyal Subjects Aang. For the most part, I think his height's pretty good. Really do think it looks good. I think this figure is good. It's an amazing looking figure. And if you find it at your Walmart, you should definitely pick it up. It looks good. It's pretty well made. And it's just a good figure. The only problem I can find with this figure is this pistol right here. Why do you have a fake holster and pistol? Just remove it. And not even give us a weapon. I'd rather you remove it and it not be there than it is there. Especially giving us trigger hands. It's like, I'm complaining for the umpteenth time. But for more reviews like this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. This is a good looking figure.